Well, if you can just give an overview of the problem set that you're solving and the gargantuan task you have in front of you and your team, but it's a pretty big potential market and what you're and any tech that you're building.
Sure. I will start without slides, but then if you would like me to move to slides, we can do that later. Very happy to be here, Misha. You're doing an amazing, amazing work. Guys, very happy to meet you all virtually. My name is Menny Barzilay, ex-CISO, second-time founder. I've done many different things in my life. Not going to dive into that. We are solving a unique problem. We are disrupting cybersecurity consulting services. So you might know that, or you might not know that, and then you will be surprised that cybersecurity services, that means people-driven services, this is the biggest segment in cyber. It's more than 50% of the entire market. It is by far the biggest segment. It's not just that it's the biggest, it's growing like crazy. And when you look at this, the biggest segment in one of the most sophisticated industries out there with some of the best, smartest people in the world, you will discover something very interesting, that this industry almost haven't changed in the past 100 years. Nothing new there. It's people-driven companies, no access to knowledge, no access to easy benchmarking, no real access to trends, no real access to comparisons, no secure source or trusted source to find the right experts. And what we discovered is that when you talk to large organizations, nobody's happy. They get along, but nobody's happy. And the reason that people are not happy is that if you're big enough, you tend to work with a big cybersecurity services company. So some of the biggest cybersecurity companies in the world, and people don't always realize that, are Accenture, EY, Deloitte, KPMG, PwC. So those companies make billions of dollars every year from cybersecurity services. And the thing is that because those are people-driven companies, when they want to maximize their profits, the way they work, and everybody who work with those companies know that, is that they bring entry-level position people and take huge amount of money. And that's the way they can make profit. And it's not a decision. This is because they are stuck in a world of constraints. Every people-driven company works the same way, whether it's a law firm or accountant firm or any other company. So nobody's happy with the ROI that they get from those kind of companies, but they are stuck with them. Why they are stuck with them? We asked over 150 CISOs, what's going on? If you're not happy, why aren't you working with anyone else? And what we've discovered is that the biggest blocker to start working with true experts is procurement. You could find those experts, which is sometimes very hard because there is no easy way to find experts. You can vet them, which is a process that takes time. But eventually, if you decide to work with them, the onboarding process will take between 6 to 8 months, sometimes 10 months, sometimes over a year. And it might cost a lot of money and take a lot of work. And because you work with true experts, they are focused on a specific topic. So every new topic requires a new expert. Every time you have to go through procurement, everybody says, you know what, this is not for me. I'm going to work with one-stop shop for everything cyber. I know I'm compromising quality, but I'm doing that in favor of convenience. It's just easier to work with those organizations, and this is it. And what we try to figure out after talking to hundreds of people all over the world is what can we build that will disrupt this market, that will create unbiddable offer, as my co-founder likes to say. He's here, Daniel Finkelstein is here with me. What could create unbiddable offer? And I think that this is what we created, but we will talk about the solution later on in the process.
Awesome. And Manny, can you say a few words about, so effectively, maybe you should, can you touch on the solution as well? So from what I understand, you're building on-demand access to experts that you can spin up based on the needs, and you can select best of breed, and you can provide custom solutions rather than providing training grounds for junior professionals from Accenture and KPMG to learn about your business, and then getting charged partner rates and getting junior consultants learn the ropes at your expense. Can you talk a little bit about the actual kind of nuts and bolts?
Absolutely. Though you're spot on, I think you should do it for us. But yeah, it's to some extent you could say It's like the AWS of professional services. But we started the journey thinking about building the Airbnb of professional services. Airbnb is the biggest hotel in the world, though they have no rooms. Can we be the biggest cybersecurity services company in the world without having any people? Using network of experts, much like Airbnb is using a network of rooms, which brings huge amount of value to our customers, make us much leaner, can be very competitive. But when we started talking to people, we discovered something very interesting. The Airbnb model as it is will never work in the B2B world. If you want to be able to provide companies with interesting value proposition that would make them trust you enough to give you projects, not just this small project when you need 2 hours with a person, but those $1 million projects, $5 million projects, you need to do more than that. Because Airbnb is focused on vendor discovery. And if you provide a long list of experts, eventually you become something like the Fiverr of cyber. Nobody wants that. Nobody would ever use that. 1,000 people tried to build something like that in the past. Everybody failed. In the B2B world, if you want to create confidence and trust, giving people a long list of vendors would never work. We, at a very early stage, learned from our customers that they want us to be much more similar to Uber, in the sense that when you want to go to the airport, Uber doesn't tell you, here's a list of 10,000 taxis you should choose. They ask you a question. Do you trust us as a platform to take you to the airport? If so, let us do our job. And in that sense, what our customers wanted us to do is to take them to their destination. And this is more or less what we do today. Our customers tell us where they want to go. They want to, I don't know, connect AWS environment into their local encryption system or whatever it is. It doesn't matter. It could be something very straightforward as penetration testing or something very, very weird as creating this unique architecture design for a CRM system, which is in multiple locations. And we enrich whatever they tell us with a lot of information, what other companies are doing, what are the trends, what are the practices, what kind of mistakes companies usually do when those kind of activities. We enrich their understanding to create a lot of trust and to make their decisions more aware. Then we bring the best people from our network of experts. Now, this is very important. We are not connecting them to experts in the sense that we are not just a channel to connect to experts. We are seeing ourselves as the one that serves our customers. Those are the people that we bring. Those are the people that we think could help us to serve our clients by our standards. So we're not just connecting and then do whatever you want. We take the responsibility on all the delivery. That's the only way you can create trust. You create one throat to choke, one accountable partner. You create this one entity that you work with. And then we use AI to reduce all the operational aspects of that, all the scoping, the tracking of the progress of the project, everything related to analyzing the report, analyzing the proposal. A lot of the work is being done for you by AI. So you get people, the best people, AI,
Mhm.
and data to help you get to your destination.
Awesome. Manny, and the last quick question before we go to Ben. Can you give us a sense of where you are in terms of the team size, funding, customers, POCs, design partners, so that people can get a frame of reference of
Yeah.
where you are in your journey?
Absolutely. So in many ways, we are very young. We have a lot of mistakes to do yet. Um, we are almost 6 people. We're about to be 6 people very, very soon. We raised a pre-seed round, and we are growing. But the thing is that in many ways, we punch way above our weight grade. So we have customers in the United States, in Central America, in Europe, and obviously in Israel. And those are well-known customers, multi-billion-dollar customers. We have many projects with many organizations. We're doing an amazing work with AI to be able to develop an amazing product with a very small team. So what we are doing today with a team of 4 people developing, this is something that only 20 people could do 5 years ago, right? 3 years ago. So we are already serving customers. We have interesting stories to tell. For example, a very well-known customer in Europe worked with us through a partner in Austria, and the customer is the expert that we brought in is in Central America, and the company is in Israel making this all happen. So Central America, Israel, Austria, and Central Europe, a huge organization. And this is the kind of things that you can do when you're this platform that has huge amount of knowledge and the best experts connected.
It's awesome. Well, everyone listening in, I'm hoping that you are taking notes and thinking of questions to ask Manny. in the Q&A.
That's a very, very good insight. Um, a lot of companies are, without telling you, bringing other people. They say, yes, we can execute, but they cannot. So they immediately try to bring other people. And we've heard funny stories about this client who was trying to decide between two companies, this small scale company, which is a boutique experts, or a big EY company. Like, it wasn't EY, it was another company. Eventually, because of management, they decided EY, and what EY did is that they hired the small one to execute the project. So they paid 3 times as much, but they eventually get the same
That's
people that
funny.
they wanted. So yeah, a lot of people do that. Um, we took this process and we implemented trust into every step of the way. So when you tell us what it is that you want, and now I can, if that's okay, Misha, I can actually show the screen. Can I share and
Oh,
show the screen?
sure.
Yeah,
Let me make
yeah.
you.
I'm gonna. So you see my screen?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if when you start, and this is exactly what you talked about, you have two options. If this is a straightforward something you feel that you can easily explain, you can either choose from a list of services or explain to the AI what it is that you want. But if this is something complex, something you're not sure that you need an expert, or this is too complex to explain, or you need someone to talk to and explain what it is, and then they explain to you what other companies are doing, you talk to your account executive. And every customer in the platform has an account executive. This is like your EY or Deloitte partner. This is someone who is your one throat to choke for everything.
Mhm.
Even if you work with 100 different experts, there's always one person who is responsible for everything and has the authority to do everything. This is not a salesperson. This is a cyber expert with a huge amount of experience in delivering services. You can just talk to them. We're trying to be the most available cybersecurity services company out there, one click away from setting a meeting through Calendly, so everybody's connected through that. And you can talk to them in every step of the way. If you want to move forward with the AI process, the AI will ask you a few questions about your engagement, and those are just dummy questions because this is not connected to the real engine. But the AI is helping you to scope your project based on huge amount of data that we collect from many different resources, showing you what other companies are doing, what are the kind of things that you should ask yourself. And when you're ready, it shows you the specific people. And you talked about you need to know
Mm.
who are the people. So you see the people. We're not hiding them. This is not white label. We're telling you where they come from, what have they been doing, what is their full profile, their bio, their experiences. And you can talk to them before you give us a go, no go. And we give
Mm.
you more than one option. You can optimize for price. You can optimize for a location. Let's say you want local people in the United States, or you're willing in this specific project to bring people from other territories because you want to optimize for price. Whatever it is, you have full control over the process. Everything is streamlined. Everything is super, super easy and transparent.
I like that. That's good. Yeah, I like to be able to see the profile of the person I'm going to work with because that tells me what level of person I'm getting and how well your AI is doing. I'm sort of evaluating how well your process was for determining what I
Exactly.
needed. That's good. I liken this a little bit to it's kind of an analog, but I used to do recruiting through CyberSN,
Mm.
and they're a pretty good recruiting company with a huge network of folks. And you really get to know that engagement manager who is bringing you candidates, and you build that relationship. And so you want to tune that over time and make sure you're getting the quality that you're looking for and that they learn from you as well. And so it could be that the AI learns from me as I go, no, I don't want this one. I want this one. I want this one. So you can almost automate that process, which is kind of neat.
Yeah, because sometimes you don't even realize that there are some constraints that you just that are very clear to you, but you never said it to anyone. For example, you need someone to always speak Spanish. I don't know why, for example. And then when we show you the people, you say, "Oh my God, I forgot to mention that every time you show me something, this person has to speak Spanish." So from now on, the system will only recommend people that speak Spanish. In that sense, yeah. What we've discovered is people always like working with systems in the front. So whenever everything works okay, you prefer Uber, you prefer going to Amazon, you prefer that over the human experience. But whenever you have any small problem, you want to talk to a person. So we have this notion of system in the front, people in the back. You always have the people when you need them.